All right, so this is like what, March, so April, May. So like 2 months, kind of, maybe a month and a half since my tank crashed and everything was dead. You can see the video on my YouTube channel for older videos, but I just can't believe how far it came in such a short time. Like, some of this was coming back to life. I still had to nurse it. Like I said, look at that video. But all this right here was dead just like a month and a half ago. All of that was dead. Like, dead. And I guess because I had, some of it had like pieces that were still there, but it literally came from nubs, nothing. And then the fact that it just caught up to this side so fast is just beyond me. Like, it's still light, as you can see. It's still light. But the fact that it caught up so fast to that side is just the thing that just, I don't know, it's just so mind-boggling. Anyway, I got a new fish. I just had to get something. Like, you guys see at this fish story. I just had to get something. I really want to get a dory or some kind of baby yellow tang, but we'll talk about that later. And I had this piece right here. Not that circle, but that longish piece. It was literally like a pom-pom when I first got it. Yeah, I'm doing a water change tomorrow and clean up all this. But yeah, anyway, that thing was just a little pom-pom on the left side. Now it literally took up the whole thing. That piece right there was small. And like, it was like barely on the rock. You could barely, like, you could see a lot of the rock when I first got it. And now it's like, it is the rock. Crazy. And then I got this thing. I started off by originally wanting to put it on the back wall, like I saw on some YouTube channel. But I glued that mess with this reef glue to that wall, and it fell right off. Like, it wasn't even trying to stay on there. So now I put, of course you can see Xenia on there. Fishes love their camera time. Look at that Xenia. Like, I glued it on there and it like fell off a few times. Well, they all fell off once. And then the second glue usually holds. I don't know what it is on my first attempt. Like, see, there's some glue on the wall. But anyway, you can see I glued it, but it's starting to stick itself more to the back of it. Like, I glued it on some points, and the points where you don't see any glue, like, that's it just sticking itself, because I do some horrible glue jobs. Craziness. And then I killed the head on this, I don't know, bubble tip or something. I don't even know. I don't even know what this core is called. But anyway, there was a head right there. There was a head right there. And it died, I think, because I had it like too smushed to the tank or something. It was just, I don't know, it was just in a bad spot. And it just, and I took it off and I realized it was like melting away. And I'm like, dang, sensitive. And then I had a mushroom right here that just melted one day. I think, I don't know if this freaking mushroom, I don't know if this shroom right here is like a super aggressive or something, because that was the only thing that was next to that mushroom that I had. And I was like, did you kill the mushroom? It was just a bright green mushroom. It didn't have none of that stuff on it. It wasn't a Recordia. And it didn't have any, well, it wasn't even, it was darker green than this. Or lighter green. Yeah, lighter green than this. And it just died. Like, it just melted away. This thing is growing like just super slow speed. I hate that. But when I first got it, you could see the plug to it. You can see the plug. But now it's got to a point to where it covered the plug clearly. And then I just got this the other day. I think I need to stand it back up. I think that's why it's looking a little raggedy. But it was only like 20 bucks. I only got it because it was cheap. Cheaper than the most of the corals. That right there is two torches put together. But I put it together to make it look like one big one because I'm just thirsty like that. I want it to be huge. But they're growing, I think, pretty nicely. They look a little taller, thicker. So that's it for the... And then these Dunkins right here. Ooh, I'm having a rough time with these Dunkins. This one, they do good sometimes, but sometimes they just close up like that one. Like that one's been closed for like a week or whatever. So I'm going to do a water change tomorrow. Hopefully it opens back up. That one was open the other day. I don't know why it's funky like that. So I guess I do need to do a water change. I guess maybe they're telling me my water's too dirty because I haven't changed the water in about 2 weeks. I mean, more than that, 3 weeks, which is too long for me. Too long for anyone, I guess. But I got that Monty. And it was like literally just like a little square. Like to fit the, I guess the plug. And now it grew over the plug. Yeah. That's a little mushroom. I think that's called like a honeycomb or something. That's another, I don't know why I got that, because I got it, I usually buy the loose zinnia, so I can attach it to that rock, because, oh yeah, that's another thing that happened to this rock. All the zinnia died on this rock. And so I'm basically just putting the zinnia back on the rock. See, I'm gluing it. I'm a horrible gluer, so either I might go in there and try to like cut it off or something, the parts that don't need to be there, but I'm a horrible gluer. I just started gluing stuff. Obviously, I suck at it, but you know, you gotta do something if you're gonna be any good at it. So, but anyway, I'll just cut off the excess glue that I see on there. And then I got this little 8 can in there. I think that torched him up. And then he got like, I don't know, he got some boo-boos on the other side, like where he's not growing by the, where the skeleton meets the flesh. But I moved them, and it's an ugly spot, but I'll move it again. You can see I literally just throw corals in here. I'm not the best designer, but when I get a bigger tank, I'm gonna try to make things look with a purpose instead of just, hey, God, there's 100 corals, let me just throw them all in my tank. So, and then there's something going on with this gonoporia. He never opens up. Like, I don't know what it is. I might have to watch some YouTube videos on the water parameters. He's not happy. Like, I'm pretty sure he's probably not happy next to that rock, but when I had him up here, he wasn't happy. When I had him, well, the only time he was really happy is when I had him in the very back by the filter. Maybe I should put him back. But other than that, he's been closed for months. Like when I cut the tank light on in the morning sometimes, like it might be out a little bit. Like right now, I don't even know why it's showing y'all that he's out that much, because usually it's not even out that much. But I just got to do something, because I like seeing my gonoporia, but that thing's been closed for like months. I guess I need to do some research. As you can see, I need to clean my sand bed. That's one of the ones that the zinnias that broke off that I glued to the wall. And y'all had a horrible time. Like the back of my tank doesn't look that good, but it had a bunch of hair algae just all over this wall. And I finally kind of went in there and scraped it out, and finally found a tool that could get it, you know, mostly off of the back. But I don't know, I'm just struggling with the back of this tank. That's why I kind of put the zinnia on there. I was like, just take over this ugly back of my tank. At least it'll be pulsing and pretty versus looking like boo-boo. Look at that, 1/3 camera time. But, yeah, anyway. And Zoa's, like, I don't think I have the most Zoa-friendly water parameters. Because once again, my zoas are never happy. And only this one on this rock stays open. I don't know what it is, but the one on this rock stays open. Where are you? Yeah, right there. Stays open, and it's finally growing a bunch of different heads. But other than that, I don't think Zoas like my tank. I don't think Zoas really. Sometimes it'll be open and pretty, but other than that, I always see more heads closed than open, and I hate that. So, Zoas is starting to be not my little favorite coral. Maybe the water change will do. I don't know. I'm going to stay more on top of my parameters and try to be more proactive about that. Because really, I just do water changes, like every 2 weeks. I don't really test my water at all unless something really just funky happens. But anyway. Alright, guys. I'll ramble later about my fish tank, but I just wanted to show y'all that it came back to life after the cruise. Oh my God, I went to the cruise and it was just, it was a horror story. It was a horror story. I'll see if I can throw the clip in. I don't even know how to really do videos, but I guess I'm going to learn now. I'll try to throw the clip in with what it looked like when I came back from the cruise. Or you could just go to the video that's on my channel where I showed the comeback or something like that. Goodbye. See you guys at the top.